If you want to be my friend, you better go and get a pen. You would better go and get a pen. Maybe here we go. Maybe we can keep in touch. Now it's just you. Like we did in the old days. It wasn't so long ago. Oh, and I wish you well. One more time on those. Oh, sign your pen, pal. Okay, now just Mandy.
That was my best performance ever.
You crushed.
That is the exact moment people start regretting being
on the show.
Like
wait, did I want to be
sweat.
here for
Yeah.
this? Why did I agree to this?
That's when you find out if you're in or you're out. Amy Mann walked out. We had to talk her back in. It was fine. We left it in the edit.
You love music. Come back in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just get straight to it.
Yes.
Mandy Moore is our guest today, and that is crazy.
You know, from
that
the
is
best things in your life.
So insane. I love it.
Oh,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you
Mandy
so much
Moore.
for being
Thanks
here.
for having me.
I have told people that friends who of zero note that I've tried to book to be like, hey, come and be a guest. And they're like, tell me some dates. I don't know.
Right.
I now tell them, I go, Mandy Moore just said yes. She didn't, there was no difficulty.
Right.
She goes, all right, I'll do it.
What's your
like
yeah.
literally, she just said yes.
Yeah.
But I got a friend who brings us no clout. We don't look cool having our friend on.
No.
And they'll be like, maybe, what do you have in August? Like, all right. Andy Moore just agreed to do it.
Yeah. How are
Yeah.
you, Mandy Moore?
I'm great. How are you?
What are you up to these days? You planning your big summer?
Not
Nada?
a lot on the old plate right
That's
now.
true. We're on.
you
strike.
plan
Why I'm
summer?
here. No.
Hey, we'll take it.
I always wanted
This
to.
is also, you know, this show is WGA, so you have crossed the line.
You've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. Line crosser.
It's a podcast
We're
that's
all
a sting.
crossing the line
It's a
together.
sting
It's a
operation.
sting podcast sting operation.
And you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, as a parent, is there a part of you that like you get these big eyes going into the summer, like, oh, we're gonna do it up, we're a family, I'm gonna create memories, and then it's August and you're like, we didn't do shit. I forgot
crickets.
to do anything.
It's I feel like there's a lot more pressure now.
Yeah.
A lot more pressure. We have a little over 2-year-old and a 7-month-old.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the 7-month-old's not gonna remember
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
But I do. There is part of me that obviously wants to create memories. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Do you guys do family trips in the summertime?
Historically, we haven't really, but
Yeah.
I feel like we should start now. I mean, it's we travel a lot with the little guys, or now with both of them, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like
I mean,
mental
those
preparation.
ages, but also those ages are tough because you're
Yeah.
like, we're gonna get there and then do nothing because
Yeah.
you've got 2 naps you've got to worry about.
Yeah.
Feeding is like insane.
Yeah.
If you can even get the 2-year-old to eat anything other than pasta, like that's the.
I think you should give
Yeah,
your
they're at a
kids
tough age.
summer parents, and then you guys go
Oh.
do whatever you want.
Do a parent trip. a
Daniel,
solo
tell me
trip.
you don't have kids without telling me you don't have kids.
I wasn't even going to ask
You
that
should
question.
hire 2 people to pretend you're you.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Most days, I think about what I want to do.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to
Yeah.
tell you?
The day that I realized that life was gone was
yeah.
after we had gotten home from the hospital. I don't know how many days in we are of like now having a birthed child.
Like
But-
7 years, dude.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
still
mean
don't
during
know
the
it.
story.
I still don't
Oh,
realize
okay.
it.
You don't keep track.
It hasn't really set in for me yet.
You know what? You know what? Their
yeah.
childhood, it flies when you're not paying attention.
I went to grab my car keys, and my wife was like holding our dog and saying, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go get some lunch." And I like just stopped. Like if it were a show or a movie, the camera would be right here, like me stopping, realizing I was like, I just put the keys back down, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't. I just thought I would go get a sandwich," and I'm realizing that will never happen
Again.
ever again.
Ever
I
again.
can't even. I was like, I guess this
Although,
is my realization.
and I love this, Rory's been known to do this. You've now come back around to where you now have a little partner in crime where you go, do you want to go get a hamburger and ice cream right now?
I'm not
And
good.
we're just
I'm
going
not
to
a
go straight
good
to the car and leave.
partner.
I can't wait for those days. That sounds so fun.
Oh,
It
he
is-
loves it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
We're about to go to Disneyland tonight. We're going tonight.
Like
I'm so excited.
first trip.
This is her first trip where she will remember it because
Yeah.
she's 7. She has gone before. One, she was way too little, but my sister was in town with our nieces, and so we went to watch them freak out, and it was awesome. And then we have taken my daughter 2 other times when she was very little, and both times I have the most adorable video on my phone of us standing in line to meet Minnie Mouse and our daughter, who I think is like 2.5, 3. I don't know, remember, but just adorable. Like, you just want to eat her. She is like about to meet Minnie Mouse, and she's like kind of like doing this, like can't believe it, because you know she's at that age where this is I'm about to meet a real mouse.
Giant mouse. Yes.
And like Minnie Mouse keeps taking these pictures, and Minnie Mouse was kind of doing this in some of the photos, and so Elliot like just kind of slowly goes out and like gives her a hug and starts to come back, and I'm holding my phone. I go, no, you can get a picture. I go back, you can get a picture. And she goes back to get a picture, and Minnie is down behind her, and my daughter doesn't know what to do, but my daughter is very like perceptive of things. And so my daughter just like does the same pose she just watched her do like 5 times. And she like does this and then like leaves. And then the second time, I think it was maybe the same year, so she's still the same age. We're going to see Minnie Mouse again. We got on the line, different location. And my daughter is jumping up and down like she's going to remember her. And she's like, oh, Minnie. Like, it's me and Minnie. Like, this is great. She's going to be like, oh,
I'm back.
Elliot. And she, again, a super cute video of her like jumping up and down. And then like that family and kid leaves. And then they allow the next kid to come in. And she sprints and like hugs her.
She dabs
like,
her
come
out.
on, let's do the photo.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now
yeah,
she's like
yeah.
fully like gets it. So this is her first time back where it's less that and more like the whole
Disney.
the all-encompassing Disney
Sure.
experience of
A
like
candied
the
apple, a
rides and stuff.
churro.
Yes, all of that. So we're super jazzed.
Oh, I want
I'm
a full
jazzed
report.
for you.
I'm saying
I've owed it to her. I've owed it to her because she was in a musical theater camp that she's gone to 2 years in a row, and they prep a show all week, and halfway through the week, I got COVID, and I was like, Elliot, I don't think it's right if you go. You might. She's negative.
Yeah.
But I was like, you might be positive tomorrow. You might be positive in 2 days. And also our friends' kids are there. I go, it's not good. I was like, I hate it. I'll take you to Disneyland. And she was like, oh, really? I go, yeah. I go, well, I'll drop the money. Like, we'll go big. I go, I mean, it was breaking my heart that this thing she really wanted to do 2 or 3 days in is now like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that for children. And so this is finally that moment. It's finally come around.
Dude, you're gonna buy a.
I'm not even
You're
here.
gonna buy a balloon within a balloon.
I'm in Atlanta. I'm shooting a thing in Atlanta. I'm here. We're doing this because we have to do the show.
Right.
But I initially was like, Daniel, we could do some recordings because I have to
coming
go
back.
I
have to go to Disneyland.
and then go back. Gotta go back to Atlanta.
What a good dad.
Anyways, that's my life.
Dad of the year.
Are you Disney people? Do you
Oh,
live-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Orlando.
Oh.
so
Oh
it's
yeah,
like it's in my
Hardcore.
blood.
Yes, that's the
You
DNA
didn't
of
work
it.
there though.
No,
You
no,
go
no,
that
no,
route?
no. I wasn't friends with anyone. I think that's what they call them.
Oh,
like,
really?
If you play Cinderella or
Yeah.
you have to say you're friend. Oh, I'm friends with Ariel.
But now when
interesting.
you guys go, it's got to be chaos. Like you have to be walked, right?
Well, I am Rapunzel. I Entangled.
Yes, that's
I am
right.
a Disney princess.
That's right.
And I would say one of the the greatest parts of doing that is the tour guide
Oh, yeah.
situation with Disney.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's like in perpetuity, but
Well,
I'm gonna ride it as long as I.
oh my
I
God,
can.
of course.
all of our friend Chris Sullivan.
Yes.
He was asking me about going to Disney. This is like 3-4 years ago.
Sure.
He won't care that I said this, and because he's such a great guy, and he's a great guy in the story. He's like, yeah, I think I'm going. We're gonna take the family, and I'm like, okay, cool. He asked me something about, because I have a friend who like works in production there, and I go, well, you're gonna get
A guide.
you're walked around, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to ask for that, And I go, you Sacramento motherfucker. Because he's just like me, just very
Pull
salt of
that
the earth.
card.
Pull the, and he goes, I go, Chris, This Is Us is the biggest show on TV. You are a main character in that show. And they just opened the new Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror, and you're in Guardians of the Galaxy.
You have every right.
I go, you're going to cause a problem for them if you don't have someone
Oh, that's an
walking you
interesting
around.
Come on.
point.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about flow, buddy. They need
Yeah.
people to keep moving through that stuff.
Yeah.
And so sure enough, he begrudgingly
Got the
was
guide.
like, you asked, and then somebody at Disney, of course, was like,
Yeah.
Like, that is insane to begrudgingly. If I had that, I would go, hey.
Well, he wasn't negative about it. He's just
8
like,
a.m.
he didn't, you know, Chris, he's like, I don't want to make a deal.
I know.
I don't want to
Of
make a deal.
course.
And I'm like, yeah, but
Nicest
you are
guy.
a deal.
Yeah.
Even if you had never left Sacramento, people
But
at
here's-
Disney World would
but
go,
here's
look at that
the
guy.
problem with the guide. You can never go back. It's like
Oh,
right
yeah,
in first
yeah,
class.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't go
Well,
back
can't.
to coach.
I
First class now.
I dated a girl who worked in production, and so we went for free all the time, and
Oh.
everything in the park was 40% off. At one point,
Yeah.
we went to Disney World, and it was like, I think we went for like $400 and stayed on property.
Oh,
so
wow.
now I'm like, wow, I'm not
it's-
going
I
again.
can't. I can never
Yeah.
go again.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally, I have this career plan where I sell a show to Disney to get the silver pass.
That's interesting.
Yeah, let's all pitch a show.
Yeah.
What do they want? What's part of the deal? Rory and
Look,
Daniel.
con-
Just like-
Contractually-
exactly. Write it into the
Just want
contract.
to
Yeah.
skip the lines.
we think
Just a fast pass, lifetime fast pass.
Mandy says that her and Daniel and Rory need perpetual fast pass in order for us to close the deal
That's
on this
it?
show.
Okay, yeah.
I know they're like,
No
yeah,
real
Don.
payment.
Right.
Oh, we
Just the
thought
fast pass.
residuals like a big thing.
No,
No, not with these three.
They're letting
They
the
just
union
want-
handle
Yeah.
streaming.
They just want to get to the front of the line.
yeah.
Line skippers.
Let's take a break.
Yep.
And we come back, you know where we're going to go.
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
Let's go to the letters.
Okay, we're doing this one. You're right.
That's the long
no,
one.
other one.
Long one.
Okay. I'm reading this.
We'll see.
Okay. Hello, Chicken and Kitten. Nicknames I call people in my life that I love.
Which one do you think you are, though?
Which one do you think's Mandy?
I feel like I'm chicken.
Well, then she's Kitten.
Well, then who are
Who
you?
are you?
And?
Wait, you get to wait.
Well, you switch it around.
Oh, you're
sort
and?
of Daniel. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's sad.
My Ketter, and I only read that because I don't know if they meant to do it as like a fun thing. That maybe that's what they call letters they love. I
A
don't know.
Ketter.
My Ketter or letter today has two parts: a story and advice question.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I am a registered nurse, and in my final year of studying, we have the largest exam that covers everything we covered in every single course we took. Wow.
Doesn't that give you anxiety right out of the gate? Like my palms
Completely.
just started sweating.
Yes. If somebody gave me a test on stand-up, I'd fail it.
Yeah.
That's because I do it wrong. The night before, I stayed up with my college roommate to do some last-minute cramming. I finally crashed and woke up the morning of the test and jumped into the shower of our un-air-conditioned top-floor apartment at the end of June. The kind of hot that you swear with the effort to just blink. Oh, probably sweat. Sweat with the effort to just blink. My only refuge was a janky fan that stood freely on its own pole, but for some reason would only run when the guard covering the blades was off. Foreshadowing. Don't get ahead of me now. They wrote that. So after my, I love that I interjected. They were like, "Stop, Daniel."
And
They
they're like,
knew me.
"Stop it.
They
Just
knew.
read the
They knew.
letter."
They knew what and would do.
Read
Okay.
it, kitten. Just
Don't
read
get ahead
it.
of me now. So after my shower, I return to my room and distractedly start to get dressed. I proceed to bend forward to open my underwear drawer from my low 3-drawer dresser. I heard it before I felt it. Thud, 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 thud. Yes, my particularly large left breast got caught in the blades of the janky fan. I'm with you, Mandy. I'm sorry.
Aren't
Kitten.
you like, you're just like,
Just cupping my
Yes,
boob. Ow.
My poor roommate heard the thud, 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 followed by my blood-curdling scream as she described it later. I remember her knocking on the door asking, "What was that noise? Are you okay?" Thankfully, there was no permanent damage or loss of nippleage. New word we've said on this show. Even though I could not go anywhere with air conditioning because getting a nip on, we're going to come back to that, would bring a tear to my eye for a month or so. Having worked in an emergency department, I have seen some rather interesting situations. People always ask, what's the weirdest thing I'd seen people come in with? There's the typical foreign objects, hot dogs, bottles, and my record is removing 13 packages from an inmate. A package is when they take the plastic container from inside a Kinder Egg and fill it with contraband as they hoop it, shove it up their asses. The smarter ones will tape it up. We're learning a lot today. The smarter ones will tape. I should have read this beforehand. Tape it up the place and place inside a condom? I don't
Yeah.
know. But not everyone is smart, and not every condom holds. So whatever is inside will absorb at an insanely high rate via the rectal mucosa, aka fucking them up. Weirdest thing out of a woman sounds simple enough, but was your straightforward dildo that she was so clamped down on she could not pull it out. Suction, baby. Do either of you have any? We're going everywhere today,
Wow.
Mandy Moore. We're going
Wow.
everywhere. We just lost that deal with Disney.
We're never going to get the guide.
Yeah. No fast pass for us,
None.
guys.
Do either of you have blushing emergency room visits or know any you can share? The advice part, feel free to cut out as I've gone too long already. I'm a front woman in a blues band, and have shared the stage before. My new band, It's Just Me. What's some funny things I can say, etc., to start a show? Get the crowd going. Kill time between guitar changes. Love the show. I'm a penny, starting at the beginning, and am at the new episodes of counting hashtags and wonder, is Michael Keaton ever going to be on the show? Feel free to use my last name. With gratitude, Crystal Fisher. Please excuse any typos, big thumb, small keyboard, you trying to decipher confusing sentences.
She's not wrong.
Bing, bong, bing. I know. She really let it fly. The confidence to write something once and send it, I will never possess, but I respect it.
I respect it.
A nip-on?
A nip-on.
I've never heard that term.
Isn't it just a hard nipple?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though
Or-
you cannot go anywhere with air conditioning because getting a nip-on would bring a tear to
I've never heard that
I've
term.
never.
in my life.
I actually didn't realize.
There's a
that.
famous
That's
scene
what
from
she
It's
was
Always
trying to
Sunny in
say.
Philadelphia where Artemis goes, almost took my bra off. She goes to the bathroom at the bar. She comes back. She goes, took my bra off. Going to start blasting my nips. And I'm like, well, that's stronger than nip-on.
Nip-on.
Like, she's like, I ever start blasting a nip-on. Just hard nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nip-on.
Well, we learned. And you know what? That's probably clinical.
Perhaps.
Right.
Do you think that's clinical?
Nip-on?
Nip-on.
I don't know. She's an
cannot-
essential worker.
First off, I understand the fan that doesn't work when it's actually like fully enclosed. Do you know what I mean? And like in the cage thing.
And you have to take the front
Because
off.
it's like either there's like some kind of friction.
weight thing that's on the front of it.
Yeah,
that's
and then you
preventing
take
it
that
from
off,
spinning.
which is always like the weird little hinges. You can just take it off, which should never be an option, but it is. I understand that, and then it's like going.
Yes.
Those blades are not like. That's not like child's play. Those are like.
She's blood-curdled scream.
She cut herself for sure.
For sure.
There's
I mean,
no
but
way.
is it a plastic blade? Is it a
I think it's
metal?
I think it's a plastic blade.
I think it's plastic blade, but I don't think she cut herself. I think it's some serious
you don't-
welts, like
Some bruising,
Yeah, because
some
I feel
like-
like
There's
she
some
would have
blue
like
line.
pound,
I feel like
pound,
based
pound,
on
pound.
everywhere else we went in here, hooping, I think she would have. I think she would have said if there had been lacerations.
Correct.
Medical,
Stitches.
medical.
Yeah. For sure.
Hoopin'.
Oh,
I can 13.
this is a good time to tell Mandy we
packages.
skimmed the letter.
Yeah, 13 packages.
That's wild.
I mean,
Rectal mucosa.
That's good. I think we did that right.
Yeah.
Mucosa.
Mucosa.
which is
Mucosa?
you know that thing, and that this was a problem probably like 10 years ago. Colleges, fraternities and sororities were doing a thing where they would soak tampons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
what
alcohol.
newsletter
Yes.
do you guys subscribe to where you would have access to this
Hey,
information?
dude, we're just trying to figure out what show we're gonna sell. Okay.
We're
Now,
just
you
trying to
either
avoid
in or out.
Disney.
This is definitely going in the show.
This is on brand for Disney.
This is part of the problem in
Yeah.
the pilot.
Yeah.
Come
we're
on.
Hey, we're in the blue sky phase right now. We're just throwing things out there. Yeah.
Okay.
And so because you absorb alcohol so much, and then these kids would get so sick because like one tampon would be like drinking a bottle of vodka.
Wait, is that true?
Yes. They would also do a thing called butt chugging, where they would
Okay.
use an enema, and it was called the Tour de Franzia, and they would take a box of Franzia wine.
Where do you get this
Yeah.
information?
Yeah, this
Oh.
I've never heard
Yeah.
of.
Oh, because I co-host that show Dumb People Town.
Oh, that's right.
Where
I
people
forgot.
send in dumb stories of people doing dumb shit, and that falls in the category.
I didn't even put that together. Of course, that's where you're getting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, that's awful.
The worst. Don't do that to yourself. This is
yeah,
like when I
I
used to be a
mean-
bartender and people were like, can I get a Long Island? I'd go, no.
I think the
They go, do you want to get drunk? I'll serve you 3 shots of vodka chilled. You'll get drunk. Are you just here to get drunk?
They're like, no, I want to feel real bad.
I want to say I'm drinking a Long Island.
I want
Leave me
tomorrow to
alone.
be so bad for me.
Right.
I feel like the craziest in terms of like, I mean, obviously,
I mean, if it's drugs and that happens to you,
I mean,
the
they're
mucosa,
smuggling. That's smuggling, right? That's
yeah,
not
but
like, hey, I'm trying to do this
into the prison or jail. Yeah, but I'm saying if you're talking about it, that is a medical emergency because all that drug going straight into your bloodstream, you'll die.
Sure.
That's
a
overdose.
big time medical emergency.
All I
for
ever
sure.
did was like a keg stand and like a gravity bong.
We have never done. Have you ever done a keg stand?
No.
I've done a keg stand.
I-
It's not that
I've
you're
done
like, it's fine.
a few. You can't have a cabin in Wisconsin without standing on a couple kegs.
Well, or any
That
sort
sounds
of
right.
Yeah.
any sort of structure in Wisconsin. It doesn't have to be a cabin. It can
Right.
be
I talk
anything.
about this in my new hour. Do you know the legal drinking age in the state of Wisconsin? I love when I get to say this. To an
17,
audience.
18,
Nope.
19.
Yes.
21?
14 years
Wait,
old.
what?
Wait,
How?
that's
how?
true?
That is. I tell. This is what I do. I do a whole bit in every city. You'd think this would only play in the Midwest. No. I go, guys, Wisconsin is America's Cancun, and no one's talking about this. It is 14 years old. You can go into any bar with a legal guardian, not parent, so it can be the uncle nobody trusts. You can go into any bar and start drinking.
So state law trumps federal law?
I mean, it's
Wow,
Wisconsin.
That's wild to me.
Wild.
Why is no one talking about that?
I don't know. Eventually, someone will, like, it'll probably blow up, and they'll be like, all
Just
right,
think.
they ruined it.
Just think. So many of our elections are hinged on that state.
I know. And these kids, if
They
if
can
they're
get
voting
wasted,
right
but they
away,
can't
if they're voting right away, they've
Totally.
been drinking for 4 years.
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
I can finally vote. I can finally vote.
No, I
I've been drinking.
can't. I can't drive
been-
myself there.
Exactly.
I'm not.
Almost
I'm
half
not
a decade.
irresponsible. I'm not
My
irresponsible.
entire high school career,
Yeah.
I've been drinking,
Yes.
but now I can finally vote.
Yes.
What are the grades like?
Dude? I know this.
Where
because
does
of the bit.
Did you
Wisconsin
take
fall in
advantage of this
education?
when you were
Yes.
14?
Yes. Of the 50 drunkest counties in the United States, 41 of them are in Wisconsin.
Well,
I mean,
that
obviously.
tracks now.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they got the
Obviously.
numbers.
Yeah,
They got-
I mean, they've padded it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not fair.
They're,
Actually,
they're
I'm not gonna lie.
starting
Like
7 years before everybody
the
else.
competitive me thinks that's like bullshit because that's not should be. You should have to have a legal drinking age of 21 to have a legitimate. What are the top 50 counties? First off, who in their life is like, you know, when I grow up, I'm gonna do surveys that are like, what's the drunkest county?
It's pretty fun. If you're like a statistics scientist or whatever, that's
You know
pretty
why
fun. I
Wisconsin
also
has
made that up.
41 of them? Because the person doing that survey is from Wisconsin. There's no other state where someone's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grow up and do a thing that definitely makes no money.
Right.
And no one will ever know I did it.
Right.
It'll be in Mad Magazine. That's
Oh,
where
you know
this-
what I was going to say?
that's-
It'll be on the news that they do around 4 a.m. You know that news? Those two
yeah.
people. I always feel so bad for them.
Oh, yeah.
They're up. No one else is up.
Nope.
No.
You're just getting ready to go to the airport, maybe, or you have a sick kid. That's the only reason you're up watching news at 4 a.m.
Sure.
Network news.
Yeah.
What was this about? Her boob in the blades.
But any blushing emergency room visits or know of any stories?
I don't
is
have
what
one
she
that's
asked.
embarrassing. I have one that is, when I tell you how I got it, is not great.
What happened?
Oh.
Right, exactly. We're already there. We're already at the reaction.
Season 1 arc.
I moved to DC. I was living in DC, and I think this is the first year I lived there doing stand-up, and me and my roommate shared a room in like where you could rent a room in like a group house. And so one night we were in the kitchen, and I had 2 frozen hamburgers that were stuck together, and I'm just not paying attention.
I already know.
Yeah, I know where this is
100%.
going.
Holding it like this,
Nope.
trying to separate it with a knife
Nope,
like
no.
this.
No.
It gives way.
Roar.
Stigmata myself.
Did you speak in tongues?
Immediately. I
Wait,
think I
okay.
still have a little bit of a scar. But immediately to the emergency room, my roommate went with me, and it's that kind where it's not bleeding so bad, but mentally I can't get over what I just did, so I can't stop feeling it because I'm like,
You
and
did
also
it.
irate.
You know 2 things about it. You know the feeling of it happened to you, and you know the feeling of doing it to yourself.
I did, yeah, and also I'm like so mad that it didn't occur to me that of course this motion
Only ends one way.
That all
I was
you needed was 30 seconds of room temperature water.
I
could've
know
gone,
now, Daniel.
Not even 30 seconds.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
being
some of
nice.
us haven't been drinking since we were born, Daniel.
Well, you learn things.
Some of us haven't lived a grizzled life.
You
like
learn
you.
the value of water when you start drinking at 14.
Before you can get your learner's permit.
A year.
Hey, buddy.
A year
Hey,
before.
don't be driving home tonight. Driving?
I can't drive.
I don't even have a license.
I don't even have a permit.
Oh, they took it away? No, I haven't gotten there.
No, I don't have a permit. I'm in the 8th grade.
Oh, I got to blow onto my bike before I can start pedaling away.
I don't know that I have like I don't
That's wild,
I don't think
though.
I have any embarrassing ones of like a crazy.
No.
Mandy, what do you got?
Nothing. Not yet.
Have you ever broken a bone?
No, knock on
Me
wood.
either. No, me either.
I broke my collarbone. I was playing soccer. Went up for a guy crossed the ball. I went up to head it, and this is like I think 16, and our goalkeeper, who was like the same age but a man, like a fully grown man. I was still like a child.
Yeah.
He comes out to get the ball, like punches it away, lands on top of me, and I like crunched. And
Ooh.
like I can feel there's like a curvature right there.
Oh,
but there's nothing they
wow.
can do. They put you in a butterfly stent that like just pulls it back, and you just have to wait for it to grow back together. There's no like
Yep. It's just
there
has
isn't
to
a
heal.
surgery. There's not a pop it in. There's
Right.
just
Wow.
this, and then go
And it would
there.
just-
Bone has to fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why it's also prone to break again a lot on people.
Is that true?
Yeah, because it just
No more soccer.
You've had-
I'm like, now I can't play soccer anymore. Daniel.
you do. You can. I'll say one for me. That was more of a story, not a crazy bad emergency. Although there was some stupidity to it. It was 2 nights before I graduated high school. We're having a party out at Jeff Chase's house. This is
Jeffy Chase.
beautiful. We're all about to graduate from Rochelle Township High School.
And at this
Rochelle,
point, you guys are
Illinois.
drinking like martinis.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we're
you've
18.
Yeah.
lived a
For
life.
Right, so
sure.
at this point, we're like, I just want a good cocktail. I'm not going to
Thank
get
you.
hammered.
Yes.
What are we,
I'm not
14?
drinking like
Yeah.
a child. I'm here to be an adult.
It's dark out, nighttime, obviously, and I'm stepping off the side of his driveway. I'm not walking down it. I'm stepping off to the side of the driveway, and I think to myself, you know, a lot of times there's like a big divot along the side of the driveway, so I'm gonna step out farther. I step immediately into a hole, and I hear at least 2 ligaments in my ankle go like pop, pop, right, and I'm like, my ankle, it's instant pain.
Oh, I've
Sometimes-
had-
yes.
I've had ligaments.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I just sprained my ankle. And now imagine being at a high school party 2-3 days before you graduate. No one cares. You also can't get, people are like, think you're joking, you know. So then Tamara Sanders runs
Wait,
over.
Sorry, what was that?
Tamara Sanders?
Tamara Sanders?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
She runs over, graduated with her. She runs over and she goes, I think you're fine. I go, I'm not fine.
Tamara's deal.
She goes, I'm a lifeguard. You're going to be okay.
okay, Tamara.
And she grabs my ankle and starts shaking it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I graduated, obviously, on crutches. Yeah. I've never, the levels of anger I've had at people in my life, it was a peak with Tamara in that. Watching her, I'm laying there watching her like shake my ankle. Does this hurt? She's a drunk 17-year-old lifeguard.
I don't want to judge people, but I can't handle Tamaras.
The name.
Right.
When a Tamara comes at you, I'm a lifeguard. Like, Tamara, come on.
Right. It's where
This
really
is a real medical issue.
Real Housewives Orange County vibe for sure.
Tamara.
Tamara.
Man, in college, in a soccer game, I had a ligament thing, and I jumped up on defense to head the ball out, and I landed on someone else's foot, which turned my foot as I landed,
Yep.
which happens
Yep.
a lot in
Happens
sports,
a lot, yeah.
especially like basketball. And it landed, and it sprained it. And I remember that night we still went to a party, and I still wanted to go. And I was on an inflatable cast that was like ice cold, and the cops busted the party. And like guys on my team carried me. We like carried me out like I was like the emperor of the like.
You're running out of the jungles of Nam.
Yeah, everyone like started to run. They're like, "Wait, we gotta carry Rory." They came back. I'm like, "Carry me!"
It's like the
guys,
scene
I'm
in
injured.
Platoon.
I can't run. Get me out of here! And
Oh,
then
that's
we like
wild.
ran off. That's a great letter.
I agree. All right. Well, Crystal, thanks for this. We wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
Rory Scovel.
and
Mandy Moore.
And here we are. We're back. Folks, here's some plugs. I know I say this every episode, but if you go to royscovel.com, all my tour dates are there. Sorry for any dates that had to change. I sincerely apologize. If you can come to the rescheduled date, do that. And bring a friend, because not all the cities are selling great. Durham, I'm looking at you. Let's get it going. Let's get some tickets purchased.
And season 3 of Physical is out.
Season
right?
3, it's not out yet, but season 3 of
This
Physical
is
comes out
beginning of
August
July, end of
2nd.
June. So in about a month.
August 2nd. It's the final season. It is confirmed. That's going to be
Oh.
it. So check it out. I think it's a great show.
It is a great show. Go to danielvankirk.com for all of my dates. I'm in town doing a show every other Monday at the Cat's Crawl. It's called Best Bet Comedy. I co-host that show with Irene too, and then I will be coming to Austin, High Plains Comedy Festival in Denver, other dates and cities in the Midwest and East Coast as well. Everything is at danielvankirk.com.
Mandy, anything?
Mandy, anything?
You want to plug?
No plugs.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool. Isn't it weird? It's ironic that's cool to have no plugs.
Very uncool.
Oh, you can also, if you are a new listener, now that we're part of iHeartRadio and Big Money Players, shout out Will Ferrell, you can email us, thepenpalspod@gmail.com, if you want to send in any letters. Care of the Pen Pals Podcast, 5419 Hollywood Boulevard, Suite C, number 121, Los Angeles, California.
90027.
Thank you, buddy. All right, you want to read this?
Shall we
letter?
do it?
Yeah, let's go to the second letter.
Let's go to this letter right here.
Thanks for being a pen pal, Mandy Moore.
Oh,
yeah.
you're welcome. I have the same letter. This was...
And we just do it again. You're like, am I on acid? What is going on? Dear Pen Pals, my name is Bardo, and I partook in 420 recently and was listening to older episodes of the show, bewildered by the fact that Tuxus happened and what a cool community this podcast has created. We listened intently for weeks while 2 grown adults did the impossible and became junior grand marshals for a billionaire's ball. It's just unbelievable stuff. My question is about music. You're burning a CD with 5 songs max, and you can pick any songs that ever existed.
Whoa.
What 5 songs
Come
are
on.
on your CD? Thanks, pals. P.S. Roy, it was nice to meet you in Minneapolis. Dan, I need to see you next time you're in Madison. I've heard great things about comedy on state. Bardo, a Wisconsin comedy club.
Yeah, this kid's been
Look
drinking
at
for a
that.
long
Like,
time.
it just, things come full circle. First off, so you know, we did a thing, our first year or second year as a
Second year.
podcast. We just said randomly on this show we wanted to be grand marshals at a parade. And our friend Dave Jacoby, who was not our friend at the time, just a listener, reached out to us from Galveston, Texas, and he said, I can get you guys on a float to throw beads if you want to come to Galveston, Texas. We go to a ball the night before that a billionaire throws. You
Yeah.
can stay at my house.
And it's all like a debutante, like it's all very southern.
It's
Sure.
Everybody's
very
in a
crazy.
tux. Great past hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Oh,
Daniel and I got tuxedos, went to Galveston, Texas,
Usher.
stayed in this guy's house. His wife was almost like, Keith, who we know now. We know
Yeah,
them all
love-
very well now,
love
but she was like, why are you here?
He didn't really run it by her so much. He's like, these 2 comics are coming to stay in our house with our children.
Yeah.
here.
We're like, hi, we're here to live with you for 3 nights.
And on the
Okay.
way there, I was like, Rory, we can't bring enough gifts. First of all, we're in the South, which he knows the hospitality very well, and she just found out we're here, so we have to come in so strong.
Yeah.
With the like.
Here you go.
And
Southern hospitality.
Yeah. And I just keep talking
Effusive.
about my family, and he keeps talking about a child of his own and his wife and happy marriage. So that we're like, we're vetted on some level.
Yeah, we're trying to convey any terms of we're not psychotic.
Yeah.
which was hard for us to hide. Very hard. So then we go to the Billionaires Ball. Usher's there. That's who they get to play at this thing. Usher points at me. It was.
That's true.
Holy.
I know.
Daniel and I are trashed dancing on a thing that a platform I don't think we were supposed to be on.
No.
And Usher points out, and Daniel goes, Usher pointed at me. And I'm like, I don't. I'm like, did he?
Yes.
He's like,
He was like,
did.
get off
And
of
then
there.
I just also, get out.
Get out.
I want those 2 gone. I want those 2 removed from the premises. Yeah, we went to this and it became a whole thing. So that's why that person is saying, who is new to listening to the show, catching up. I'll agree with you, Bardo. It was crazy
Magic.
that we did do that. It was bizarre.
Magic.
It was a bizarre time. But now we have to talk about burning CDs, which is still a part of my life.
Really?
No. I don't know
Look
that
at
I
the
ever
2 of us.
did it right. Because it's so absurd. It's so convenient now to not have to do that. I still do it. I still work for it. I make my own beer.
You know, there's that sad.
Anything. I make my own clothes.
Rory's only on the TikToks that I send him. Do you look at TikTok?
I don't.
Okay. It's wonderful and obviously horrible at the same time. And I love it.
I think the horrible maybe outweighs the wonderful, but
Go
on.
There's a TikTok meme where it talks about you never know that when was the last time you picked up your own kid.
Sure.
There was a time you put them down and never picked them back up again. And I saw one, I didn't know about this letter. Saw one 2 days ago that goes, none of us knew when it was the last CD we were ever gonna burn. Oh, yeah. And we never knew that we were never gonna do that again. And there's that time where it was people's love language.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, I don't have the same sort of nostalgia
I
for
don't either.
burning
That's
a
why I thought it was so
CD.
funny. That's why I thought it was so funny with the kid thing. I'm like, I don't know that we're in the same
stretch.
wheelhouse
Yeah, it's
as
a stretch.
the human you created.
Yeah.
The holding.
I'll never pick up my kid again, but you know what I'll never do? I'll never fucking... I want to burn... I can't even say it. I want to burn a CD. I'm never going to burn a CD.
I used to burn.
While my daughter's listening to me say that. Like, that's the same? No, it's not. This outweighs that.
Yeah. I used to burn them as data files. I could put so many more songs on there.
Are you kidding me? Picking you up now? My back would break. I would rip muscles out of my arms.
If you were making one today and you had to be 5 songs, would you try to thematically have them together, or do you think it's okay to do a hodgepodge?
I think so. For this, I think you got to go hodgepodge, because this is basically like, what are your favorite? I mean, the breakdown of this is, what are your five favorite songs?
5 songs of all time
that you're putting on a CD?
Well, you're obviously putting on a Tool song.
I would pick a Tool song. You can't load it up with one band, and you're gonna have to get.
You could.
Very.
That's
eclectic.
what I'm saying.
I'd have to go eclectic.
Yeah.
But also, what are we saying? Are we saying this is all, like this is this? What are you doing with the CD?
Is this your desert island?
Yeah. So let's
CD?
say that. Let's make it a little more permanent.
That's hard too,
Yeah.
Rory.
Guys, it's a hypothetical. This isn't real. Guys, none of this.
We barely got into it.
Terrible.
Mandy and I are exhausted already.
Throw down the microphone.
I can't do it, and I won't. I can't do this.
Here, just for the listener. Mandy, come back.
Mandy,
Come back. You don't have to do it.
We'll pick another
Yes.
letter. Daniel, go get another letter. Go to another letter.
You want to do VHSs? You got 8 hours?
Yes, you have to record 5 shows you like on a tape.
I mean, because I'm gonna go. My Morning Jacket is gonna be on there, but then how do I not?
How do you pick which song?
Probably Feel You from The Waterfall.
Okay, so
too.
you did already know it. Okay,
Well, I
cool.
love that
Okay,
song so much. But Gideon's also the first song I heard that I loved of them. But then, were you going to pick a Sinatra song?
Wow.
And then, I got to have Much Too Young by Garth Brooks. But this is what I'm saying. This now would be a horrible CD to listen
All right,
to.
how about
Sure.
this? How about this? This is how we'll do
If
it.
you hodgepodge it.
Let's make it even harder.
Oh,
Wow.
great.
Mandy, we're all doing one CD together. The 4 of us. Aristotle's here, guest engineer today.
Yeah.
We each pick a song.
You get to pick 2 because you're the guest.
Oh.
So that's a little cool.
Are you going to pick If You Had My Love by J-Lo?
Oh, wow.
So now you get to pick 1. Does that make it better, or do you want to go back and we all get 5 each?
Yeah, but one of
No,
her,
no,
she's,
no, no.
she's definitely going to make one of them Dawes because she has to.
I have to.
See?
I have to. I don't know.
We
what.
all do. We pick 3 songs.
Only Taylor Goldsmith.
I feel bad if we don't. He's going to hear this.
Also, that'd be a great CD,
Yeah.
Guys.
right?
All right, so you're on a desert island. So think about your predicament. Or even, let's say, you get this one, you're on vacation for 1 day and you're either chilling on the beach or you're by the pool or wherever your peaceful place is. Make it that.
Okay.
You
I have
don't get to
one.
listen
I
to music
think I
the whole
have
time.
one.
And you go,
Okay.
oh, what's a song that I would enjoy during X? You know what I mean?
I think if you were like, Daniel, what's your contribution? And I feel like this is a classic rock song, but it has, like, My Morning Jacket pulled stuff from it. I like a long song. Like if I'm hitting up the touch tunes at a bar,
Sure.
I'll go with the Heard It Through the Grapevine by Creedence Clearwater Revival. 1, because it's a great version, but 2, there's 2 versions. One's 11 minutes long and one's 17 minutes long.
Okay, I'm sorry. What did you hate about this question? Like that? This is the most thoughtful answer.
Well, we're in it now.
And also, I will
We're in
never
the end
forget where
game
I
now,
was that
friend.
year.
So I would go with the song if you don't know it, look it up. It's so fun. It's one of my favorite songs to hear when I'm up at the cabin drinking with 14-year-olds.
There you go. Let's edit that part out.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
I don't want them in the bar. What do you want me to start kicking out other customers? It's not my job. Beginnings by Chicago. It's a beautiful, wonderful song. I absolutely love that song. And it closes out with like 30 to 45 seconds of just like the maracas playing. Is it kind of like decrescendos? Is that?
Oh, sure.
Decrescendos.
That's what it is, I think.
That can't be it.
I think it's crescendo and decrescendo.
Is that right, Aristotle?
I would not know, but that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Crescendo and decrescendo.
Right. I love that this is a question we need Lissa for, and she
this is usually when
flaked onto
Lissa
it.
takes 30 seconds,
She's
and then
a
she
singer
goes,
and
decrescendo is
taught
not
music.
the word, or says it is the word.
Yeah. So I think if you were like, you have to, I'll go Beginnings by the band Chicago.
Okay.
And either one of you?
Mandy, Aristotle?
I'm going to go.
Aristotle, that mic sometimes turns on, but we'll repeat for you. I haven't earned it. You're right. He has not earned his microphone.
I love that. How respectful.
I'm going to go Amelia by Joni Mitchell.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm a huge Joni fan.
Yes.
It's hard to sort of distill down what song, but I love that. Hijira record is my favorite record of hers. It's about Amelia Earhart. It's the poeticism of her lyrics. Like, it's just.
That's a great call.
That's
a great call.
It's inspiring. It's beautiful. It's so musical. Yeah.
I love it.
I think I would never tire of hearing that song.
And so far, I feel like ours could go together on the
For sure,
CD.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rory or Aristotle.
I'm going to go Limp Bizkit.
Give me something to break. I'm going to go
Kid
Nookie.
Rock.
I'm going to go
Ruin the vacation we're on. Well, we always know when Rory's song kicks in.
I'm going to go Wear Sunscreen from 1999. Do you guys remember that?
No.
It was just a man talking over like rhythmic beats, giving advice to the graduating class of 1999.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class
Wait,
of
what was the band again?
1999. Wear sunscreen. There is no. It's a speech over like.
It's a band, though, right?
No, I don't
know
think it's
that.
a band.
I thought it was like not a surf or like
Laugh.
butthole
Remember,
surfers or something with
laugh
surfing.
more often than you cry.
Yeah,
Trust people until they give you a reason not to. Look back on these times and wonder, why did I do that rather than why didn't I? Like, it's all that sort of.
Isn't it like He's Going the Distance? Like, what is that song? Like,
That's
He's
Cake.
Going the Oh yeah.
Is that what you want to put on there?
No, I have one, but I don't know if we're all like if it's kind of the same tone. I don't know the song that you referenced. Is it kind of like sad and like slow or what? Like okay,
yeah.
What about
Melancholy?
Melancholy.
It's like an upbeat, like I don't know. I wouldn't call it fast paced, but it's an energetic, classic rock song.
There's so many.
I know.
I mean, sometimes I'd like to listen to Morning Dew by Grateful Dead.
Okay.
A live one.
Yeah.
And
This is so far we got a good CD
Yeah,
going.
It's
I'm
good,
into
but I'm
this.
wondering is it too because that's also I don't find it sad, but I wonder if it's like too like tonally. It's like we have a very specific album we're putting together here. That or like kind of any Steely Dan, I think. I'd put some Steely Dan.
I
Dirty
think that
Work?
works too.
Dirty Work. I come out to Dirty
Come
Work
on,
and
come on.
stand up. I think I've done it so much now that I have to like stop doing it because I'm like, I think people are at shows going, I think they came out to that last year.
Yeah, but it's wonderful.
It's the same entrance.
It's absolutely.
It is a fun one.
We can move to that. I
can move to it.
Yes.
There's some Steely Dan in there you can move to. I mean,
100%.
there's a lot of stuff my dad listened to like that I have on like a playlist that is like
Supertramp.
it's sure I would do some Supertramp. Yeah,
Goodbye Stranger.
yeah,
Sure.
Great song.
it's great. Aristotle.
Come.
Trying to keep the good energy.
Okay. He's
Friend of Nothing, acoustic by Together Pangea.
Friend of Nothing
Oh, I don't know that
acoustic
song.
by what was it? Together Pangea.
Together Pangea.
I don't know. It's not. I feel like you ordered a sandwich.
Did you order a sandwich?
Did you order? Is that a
Aristotle,
Jersey
be
Mike's?
honest.
Is that you want that Mike's way?
It's called an Italian with mayonnaise and mustard.
Why did I think Aristotle was gonna go Plush by Stone Temple Pilots?
Oh my
Unplugged
God.
version.
Hey, the unplugged, the
I know,
acoustic
I
Plush
know.
by Stone Temple Pilots
I
is
know.
great.
It is great. Also, like Jodeci's Lately is damn near a perfect song. Unplugged version as well. It's like beautiful and long and heartbreak.
It's hard to pick songs.
Right, but I like where we're at so
Yeah.
far. Do you have your fifth?
You get one
Oh,
more.
I feel like it has to be a group thing for the fifth, guys.
Okay.
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 We Are Family by Sister Sledge.
What's your is Joni Mitchell your favorite ever?
She is. Yeah, I think so.
Who's your favorite ever?
favorite?
My
ever?
Morning Jacket.
Okay, so we are all very on brand. I mean, mine is Tool, but that is not what I said at all.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Cool.
Tool is my. This is a very fun, quick story that all our listeners already know. But when Tool took 13 years, they didn't take 13 years. They just didn't put out an album for 13 years. And then when they finally did, me and some other comics thought it would be funny and fun to follow them on tour, performing in the cities they were either just in, so we could go to the show, or about to be in, so we could go to their show. And I went on Conan and I mentioned that I was doing this, and the guitarist, Adam Jones, saw it, DM'd me, and he's like, hey, thanks for hyping the tour. Let me know if you guys need tickets. And I immediately was like, we do. We need tickets.
To every show.
Yeah, all of them. And the very first show was in San Diego. We were like 10th row, dead center. There were backstage passes. We were at Will Call, backstage passes. We went, met him. I mean, this is my favorite band since I was like 15 years old. And like
wow.
the other guys too. And we're meeting him. And the next day he messaged me and he's like, hey, for tonight's show, there'll just be a tour pass, so you don't have to worry about a backstage pass every time. He goes, there's a tour
Could you
pass.
imagine your
He
favorite
goes,
band?
so you can just throw your jacket like in the green room or something before the show if you want. And I was like, I will never, ever do that. Like, I can't even imagine.
At the end, was he like, also, think about high school you reading this message?
Yeah. So we were following them on tour, and he came to 2 of our stand-up shows. So he saw what we did, and then COVID hits. Everything shuts down, and he and I kept in touch, and so now we're like on 3 years of like a
Legit
great
friendship,
and
now he's my friend
and
too.
I've gotten to know him.
Wow.
I've gotten to know him and the lead singer, Maynard, and it's been bizarre, but like that's been my favorite band since I was 15 years old, and to now like have gone on tour with him and like gone to a few cities, like on the bus and like hung out. It's like so bizarre.
Rory, you can make this the 5th track. Jeez.
I'm just trying to rally.
You made a strong case for it.
Anyways, I'll die if I can't hear them on this island. I'll die.
And for that reason, I'm
and
asking.
you guys will have to eat my body.
No,
because
Rory,
that's all
after
the food.
all that, you go, and for that reason, I'm asking for $100,000 for 20% of my company.
Yeah.
It's your Shark Tank pitch.
My Shark Tank pitch is burnt CDs. So get out. How did you get past all the levels of getting on this
You guys
show?
don't see my vision.
You don't see it, and that's why this show will never work for 18 seasons.
I'm sorry, but we're out. Do you want to go Tool for the 5th?
No, like you said, I want to be a group, a group consensus. What do we think as a band? We all like what we've all thrown out there so
here's
far.
what I would say. It's the song that makes everyone happy at any gathering, party, and certainly wedding, and that would be September by Earth,
Dave
Wind,
Matthews
and Fire.
Band. Oh, sorry. I thought
The space between. I want mid
when they win electric. When they win electric.
I mean, everybody loves September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It
Yeah.
makes everyone happy when it comes out.
That's our anniversary, September 21st.
No way.
Which is the longest day of the year. Because it's the
Autumnal equinox.
there you go. Yeah.
That's the longest day of the year?
I think so.
You
I
sure
think
I
September
thought it was
21st.
like...
I thought it was summer's
It was always
equinox.
in June.
Yeah, June
Maybe
21st.
my wedding was a sham. I don't know. I'm not even married. I don't have a kid.
It's all fake.
All
I don't
over.
even
Tell a
understand.
story.
This isn't a podcast.
Rory goes, I wrote this letter.
This
guys
is
want a
my
CD?
letter. This is my letter. I just wanted us to connect over these songs.
And then
I
you
get to know you better.
and then the CDs you give us have the songs we said.
It's like a magic trick.
Yes,
Almost
is
like, oh my
this
God.
your album?
Is this what you guys picked? Like, how the fuck did you know that?
oh, wow.
I don't know what the 5th. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a great one.
I think that is
we're
a
all
great
gonna get
one.
up and dance to that.
Or people
For
can
sure.
write us in and say what they would have.
You know
Well,
what?
what's
Maybe
your
that's
fifth
it. We'll let the
song?
pen pals out there write us in. Let us know your 5th one. Or you know what? Go on Instagram and leave comments so the algorithm changes. This is what engagement is about,
Yeah.
folks.
If you
It's about
follow
the
the
algorithm.
Pen Pal Spot on Gmail, I guarantee that Caitlin will put that out there and be like, "What's your 5th song?"
What's the 5th
She'll
song
do it as a
for
poll,
this
as a
burnt
story.
CD? And don't say what we already said.
Yeah, you gotta come with something.
Someone's like, my morning
new
jacket.
heat.
All right. I mean, I love this. This is a great letter, Bardo. Good for you. Great chat. Thanks for being a listener and a fan. We wish you well. Sincerely.
Mandy, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Anytime.
You were wonderful.
This was
Every time?
Yeah.
You said every time?
anytime.
All of the episodes?
Every time.
Hates it. Just like roped into. I guess I got to keep going. I don't know. I said I would do it, and now I'm like, I feel like committed to it.
I stepped on you. Close it out.
No,
Sorry,
Bardo, we wish you well. Sincerely, your pen pals, Roy Scovel.
Daniel Van Kirk.
And
Mandy Moore.
I remember TSA going, what's 1898? As though they had found, like, I'm in a club. I'm in a terrorism club. I'm a terrorist club.
Yeah, for sure.
And I go, well, it's actually 8681. I guess the date my mother passed away. And they just stared at me for a second. They're like, all right, go on, get your bag. They just wanted out of it so quickly. I was like, oh, you sure? You sure I can leave now?
You don't want to dig into that.
You don't want to hear about terrorism club?
You don't want to unpack this?